I'm here on the green carpet with no other than Buzz Aldrin. Buzz, great to have you.
No, it's always nice to be here in Big D.
We're glad to have you in Big D. So how's your night going?
Well, just started, but I'm ready. Not all night, but...
That's probably true. They might keep you out all night. So tell me, what would you like to see first off? We all know who you are. You're a legend and an amazing person that has done so much for our planet. Tell me more about what you'd like to see in the environment and what would happen.
Well, I think we need to get our space program getting it underway again. And there's some good plans that we're setting about now. We have an environmental problem, in space. It's called debris, lots of pieces. And different people are coming up with various clever ways. I read something about a lot of small metal pieces could be accumulated somehow and turned into a fuel.
Wow.
It's a little bit beyond me. I just deal with orbits, to get there. Transportation guy.
Kind of a big deal, though.
Well, I hope so. It's not big, heavy thrust. It's not a Falcon Heavy.
Let me ask you, are you involved with the environmental participation as far as the space junk and collecting that? Do you have some sort of involvement or some sort of say?
No, I'm a member of the user advisory group for the National Space Council under the Vice President. So there are a lot of things that come under that activity. Weather, oceans. But we try not to make too much smoke or make too much noise when the rockets lift off.
Very impressive. I would like LeByron, come up here and have it. You have a question? I'd like him to be able to...
Oh, man, your jackets look spiffy.
That's right. Next Graham.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So what is that medal right there? Or is it a medal?
Yes, Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Oh, man, that is so cool. I really like that. I really like it. I'm loving the tie. You're very patriotic tonight.
Yeah.
As well. And and I'd like to thank you with the lovely Ashley as well. Oh, look at those babies. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Well, hey, man, you really are in fashionesse perfection.
Yeah, well, I'm missing a couple of rings, but I'm working on it.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
About a week, I think I'll fill the voids.
There you go. There you go. Well, hey, thanks for coming out. It was great to meet you and see you.
Harry, glad to have you here on the green carpet. How's your night going?
Well, now that I'm here with you, it's going fantastically well, in fact.
Well, thank you.
You have beautiful eyes. Look at that.
Thank you.
Brown eyes, just like mine.
I love brown eyes.
Me too.
So tell me more about your work to protect our environment and protect Mother Earth.
Well, actually, I have a pretty good story about that. I started a company with Buzz 20 years ago that is the foremost and the most successful privately funded fusion energy company in the world. And it's clean fusion, it's non-radioactive fusion. What we're going to do is successfully finish this project and then take the world off of fossil fuels for the next 100,000 years. That's our project.
It's kind of a big deal.
It is a big deal, in fact. It's a very big deal, and I can't overstate the importance of the project, in fact.
What does the timeline look like, do you think? Just what's going to happen in maybe even just the next few years?
Well, in the next few years, we will have a proof of our principle within the next year, and Google is our partner. With Google as our partner, I'm quite sure that we'll get this through the goalposts, and we will be able to take the world into an entirely new regime when it comes to making electricity.
Wow, this is very impressive. I want to learn more, so I know that we have a time crunch, but just one thing for our audience, just as far as just something to say to them to impress them and inspire them.
Well, I think that everyone who's concerned about the environment should do several things. One being do whatever you can to reduce your carbon footprint, which may mean driving an electric car or just recycling. And I think the most important thing you can do is actually put yourself out for public office. Become a candidate and follow your heart. And this is the company, TAE Technologies. if you want to research it, it's quite an amazing enterprise. You can have that if you want.
I would like to, and I'd like to give you my card too as well.
Sure.
Well, thank you so much.
Okay. Take care.
We're here at the Earth Day events here on the green carpet, and I get to see one of my favorite people, Deandra Simmons. Deandra, so good to see you. How are you doing, sweet?
I'm good. I get to see you, I think it's 2 days in a row. This is a real treat for me, for sure.
I know, it's been 2 days. I'm so happy about this. We were just filming Real Housewives of Dallas last night.
Last night. And can you believe I've had a hard night and a good morning? I'm back here again.
I love that. That's awesome. So tell me more about what you're working on. I know that the environment is really important to you.
Right. So, you know, my line is certified aloe vera organic. It's very important to me. We've always gotten our ingredients, or we've been able to procure our ingredients from Africa, and they're sustainable. So we work with partners that take care of the environment. So for instance, if there's a flowering plant, they don't just rip it out of the soil. They take the bud and then they leave it so it doesn't impact the environment. I also work with microfinancing programs and especially supporting women, and those women then, you know, they have a living, they give back to the environment, and giving back to the environment and creating a better environment with regards to plants. And I mean, I'm into botanicals and flowering plants for what I do. It's very important because it has a long-term effect.
That's so true. That's so true. What are some things that you would like to see in the future, especially environmentally, also to do with the products and the skincare lines as well?
Well, I would like to see it continually to be on that clean trajectory. Now, I will tell you one thing. I mean, I still have preservatives in my products. They're not the traditional ones. They're the cleaner ones. We do sell to Whole Foods, and they have a very strict, you know, regulation about that. But you have to be safe as well as clean. So, yeah, you know, I walk a fine line with that. But I would like to see people, you know, really procuring more ingredients from the new plants and the new ingredients that are all over the world, because every year something else happens. But also you need to know, how are these people taking these things out of the ground? How are they harvesting all these ingredients? Because that's something you need to look at. Where is it coming from? Which country is it coming from? That's a really important thing. And Ashley, you know, we're in Dallas, Texas, okay? Texas is not known for its recycling programs. Sorry to say that, you know. Hopefully, I tried to implement one in my office. We're kind of like moving along at a snail's pace, but at least I've started. So, you know, very much so in Texas, we need to really pay attention to that, because Texas is such a leader in so many industries, and if we can be a leader with our environment, you know, global warming may come to a halt.
Wow, I love it. Deandra, I'm always impressed by you.
Oh, thank you. I'm always impressed by you, darling. We're going to have more private conversations later.
Yes. Deandra Simmons, thanks so much for being here on the green carpet with us. Looking forward to more things that you're doing, and always awesome.
Thank you. You're awesome, too.
You're awesome. Oh. Good evening. We're here at EarthX event here in Dallas, Texas, and I have the joy of interviewing Jeremy McKane. Jeremy, it's great to have you here on the green carpet.
It's good to be here.
How you been?
You know, like I said, I woke up this morning and I'm breathing and I feel great.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a good outlook. So tell us about Lucid.
Yeah, so it's a project that, you know, I started a couple years ago, and the idea was to create awareness around the oceans, but to put a positive spin on it, right? Because we know there's some really bad things that are facing the oceans right now, but if we know what's worth fighting for, then it gives us that hope to be able to try to do something. So Lucid is currently traveling with the G7 Summit and the German Ministry for the next 3 years, and yeah, we just hope that we can kind of connect to more people, especially kids, because they're the ones that are going to lead us.
It's really profound what's happening right now, and I think many of us are trying to embrace and trying to change everything we can. I mean, what do you think we can do to basically make a higher pitch as far as, you know, basically hit a home run to try to get this to happen? Because I think a lot of times we feel like it's a drop in the bucket, everything we do. But what are some of the other things that you're doing right now that are really concentrating on a global awareness?
Yeah, that's a really great question, and I think, like, as humans, we want a silver bullet. We want to just fire off that one thing and just solve the problem, but we're being attacked by so many different angles. We need to fight accordingly. I stole that from Sylvia Earle, and I love it. But ideally, you know, there's a number of things that we can do. This last year, I started a cryptocurrency. It's basically a blockchain to analyze all the data that happens inside marine protected areas, because if you can measure it, you can improve it. And so I think that's just one small step to doing something really great in the oceans, and our goal is to protect 30% of the world's oceans in the next 30 years.
Well, that's my goal too as well. And one last thing, you know, talking to all the kids out there, what is one piece of information or suggestion that you would suggest for them to start doing to be more ecological and to really think more about our Mother Earth?
Yeah, I'd say open your eyes. I mean, you know, I tell my kids, I'm like, hey, when you wake up in the morning, find the first thing that you touch. Is it plastic? And start looking around. When you start realizing your impact on the planet and how many things that you touch that are just used just one little time and you dispose of it, then you become aware of what changes that you can possibly make. I mean, something very simple as saying no to straws is huge, because most people don't realize this, but we throw away enough straws every single week in America alone to go to the moon and back.
Oh my God.
That's just in 1 week. And that doesn't even count the rest of the world. So that makes a huge difference if we just, become aware and try to make an action.
Profound, profound words, Jeremy, and I look forward to seeing more of your work as well as your amazing artwork as well. You are really good at what you do, and you're really doing good for the world. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Paul, great to meet you. I'm so glad to be on the green carpet today on Earth Day. Tell me, what is the recent project that you've been working on, and how has it been elevating us to be more participants in the environment?
Well, what we do is go after poachers all on the high seas. We have 12 ships, about 200 volunteers right now, stopping poaching off West Africa, East Africa, the Sea of Cortez, East Timor, Australia, everywhere. And so we intercept illegal operations and shut down their operations.
Let me ask you, I know that there's a lot of boats out there, I guess, that are just basically catching whatever they want to catch. There's no limitations to it. What they're doing is devastating our oceans. So was that really the whole mindset behind this, to reveal what's going on and to stop it? Also prosecution, what are your thoughts?
Well, we partner with governments like Gabon, Tanzania, Liberia, Peru, Ecuador, and we bring their sailors on board. They're armed. We have the responsibility for the ship and the crew, and they provide the enforcement so that we can directly intervene.
Nice. And when did you start this project?
1977, so 40 years ago.
Wow, that's amazing. So let me ask you, what have you seen in the years that you've been doing this? What are some of the fruits of your labor that you've seen come about?
Well, we stopped illegal whaling and fishing operations around the world, and but the problem is it's so pervasive, poaching in the ocean, so it's hard to keep up with it. I think one of our most recent successes is the vaquita, the smallest porpoise in the world, is under pressure in the Sea of Cortez by poachers. There's only 12 of them left. And we've confiscated 600 illegal nets so far, and if it wasn't for that, I think they would now be extinct.
I've done some reading on that as well. It's in the Sea of Cortez, right? And what else would you like to see here in the next, with this festival and upcoming festivals and us uniting? What are some of the things that you would like to see happen here in the next few years?
Well, I think that more emphasis on we have to take a biocentric approach to what we're doing, and that is considering ourselves as part of everything instead of dominant over everything. And that would make a significant difference, I think, if we could do that. We have to understand that we can't live on this planet without certain other species, like worms and trees and bees and phytoplankton. And phytoplankton, for instance, provides 80% of the oxygen that we breathe, and there's been a 40% diminishment in phytoplankton since 1950. And so I'm trying to get people aware of that if phytoplankton disappears, so do we.
That's profound. Well, I hope that you are good with your mission. Anything that we can do to help, we definitely want to. And thanks a lot for trying to work to save the planet. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm glad to be standing here on the green carpet for EarthX with Ovie. Ovie, it's great to have you. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. It's a lovely night.
Awesome. Well, you've been really busy lately.
Busy's an understatement, yeah. It's a good busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell our viewers a little bit about what you've been working on.
After I finished my NFL career, I was blessed to play 10 years in the league, 4 with the Ravens and 6 with the Falcons. I've still wanted to continue my fight to help use sports to promote sustainability. Because I realize there's a lot of people who don't understand why this whole environmental thing is something they should be interested in, but they love sports. And if they love sports, they should realize that sports is played outside for the most part. They use the grass, we drink the water, we need the clean air. So if you're a sports fan, you got to be a sustainability fan. So my foundation finds ways to either really get youth excited about being part of the solution, not just dealing with the problems.
I love that, and it's such a big deal because you're right. Football is played outdoors. It's a big deal. It's an environmental thing. But I think if you can get people as excited about the environment as they are in football, this is a win-win situation.
Oh, absolutely. People go crazy. I've seen it firsthand. People go crazy for not only football, but for all sports. So if you can bottle up just some of that and have them go crazy for the environment and be excited to really make some changes, because it's a movement we're trying to create. We're all here because we understand that it's bigger than us. It's about the next generation. It's about leaving a legacy. It's about making sure that we don't just focus on what's good for us, but we focus on what's good for the ones we care about the most. Right. And part of the reason that I'm really big into the environment is because I got kids. I have a 9-year-old girl, a 6-year-old girl, and a 3-year-old son. They look at me every single day and they expect me to do what's right by them. Not getting involved in this environmental fight, not doing what I can to really change things is not what's right for them.
This is amazing, and it's very profound what you're doing too and how you're linking everything together. One last thought just to our viewers, that's something that you would suggest them to take into consideration about our environment today.
Your purchasing power. Money talks, and if you let all these vendors know that you want something that's recycled, you want something that is energy efficient, you want the electric car, you want, and it doesn't have to be things that are expensive. You're just trying to find ways to use your money, your purchasing power, no matter how big or how small, for things that are pushing the narrative to having a safer and a healthier planet.
Nicely said, very profound. Thank you so much, and I look forward to hearing more about what you have in the future.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Joining me here on the green carpet, Janie and Susan. Great to have you. Janie, so you sing country western or country music?
Yes. My name's Janie Fricke, and I've been singing country music for quite a few years. And my agent, my PR person in Nashville, connected me with this event tonight, so that's why I'm here. So one of your ladies that's kind of running the show asked me to come in. So I'm here for a great cause and just to be a part of this. And I brought a friend with me. Susan Posnick has a line of cosmetics, and she'll tell you a little bit about it, but I've done some of my album covers, and she does a lot of other singers and performers. So
nice.
Talk to Susan a minute, too.
Hi, Susan. How you doing?
Great. I want to take her with me.
Exactly, right?
Everywhere.
She's a great spokesperson for you.
She is. I know. Thank you.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about what y'all are doing here for EarthX.
We're just here to help, I don't know, get a feel of what the promotion's all about, to learn more about it. And of course, it's for such a great cause. And she has created a cosmetic line because she had skin cancer, and she recently received a humanitarian award for it. So she really ties in with the event tonight.
That's amazing. So you overcame skin cancer, and I know that you do have a line of skincare. Tell us a little bit more about that.
I do. It's a skincare line, and it's based on sun protection and healthy beauty.
And the award?
I just went.
She went to Vienna. She went to Vienna and got her award.
I did. I just received a humanitarian award in Vienna for the development of color flow and brush on block and making sun protection, healthy sun protection, so easy.
Nice.
I went from a makeup artist and skin cancer survivor to developing products.
So y'all are kind of big deals here, so this is pretty cool.
Well, we're here to have a good time and to listen and learn, and I can't wait to see the awards event at 9 o'clock and see all the people participating in that.
Well, I can't wait to hear you sing and you and your band, and I look forward to that.
Thank you very much.
She's fabulous, and she's sung with behind the greats and then on her own. She's amazing.
Well, I can't wait to hear, as well as I can't wait to try your new skincare. I'm gonna hold you to that.
Okay, you got it. Thank you.
Hey, y'all have a great night.
Thank you.
Laura, great to have you here on the green carpet at EarthX. Tell me more about the projects that you're working on.
I just finished season 2 of Big Little Lies, my portion of it, so that was really fun. And then what brought me to EarthX was actually I'm doing a cycle fundraiser with Global Green and Cycle Bar tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah, we're going outside in Fair Park, so fingers crossed for good weather.
That's awesome. What would you like to see happen in the environment in the next 5 years?
Ooh. Better is too simple of an answer. I guess I want to see more people care. I feel like young children are caring so much. I mean, Global Green, for example, has a children's program that they're going into the schools and teaching these children and sending them home with light bulbs and different things so that they're going into the schools to then also segue and getting into the homes. But I would say people just caring more deeply about the longevity of the planet, our safety, our health, the animals' health, things like that.
That's very profound, and I hope that's the case too as well. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're here at Earth Day. We're on the green carpet. Brian, it's great to have you. Tell me more about the work that you're doing.
Energy Independence Now is the only environmental nonprofit that just focuses on hydrogen electric vehicles or fuel cell electric vehicles. So they're part of the overall zero emission vehicle platform. They're hydrogen electric vehicles and battery electric vehicles.
Wow, okay, that's awesome. How would you like to see our future in 5 years?
I'd love to see a hydrogen highway here in Texas, and that's why I'm here today.
Wow, so do you know how to go by doing that to make that a reality?
We do. It's not an easy lift, but it's something that we can do. California is leading the way. They've committed to building 200 hydrogen stations. The hydrogen fuel cell electric vehicles just hit the markets in California about 2 years ago. We have about 4,500 on the roads now. So we're expecting 50,000 over the next 4 or 5 years and up to 1 million over the next 12 years.
Well, I would like to bet on you that you're right.
All right, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, and I look forward to more work from you, and I definitely will be following you for sure.
Great. Thank you very much.